and student athletes John Elmore and Jansen Williams. And at this time, we'll begin with an opening statement from Coach.
Well, other than being on the losing end, that was a hell of a ball game. Doc's team did extremely well. You shoot the numbers he shot. And although we don't have a rim protector, which hurts us some, but we still apply a lot of defense to him, and they shot the ball extremely well. And, it was a high-caliber game. It was as good as you can get offensively, basketball-wise. It's tough for us. We wanted to certainly repeat and do what we did last year, but we had a great run, and John had a great game. CJ and CJ and CT and Rondale as a senior group before we had accomplished a lot. 10 days from now, we'll look better, more toward what we did and what we didn't quite get done. And that's part of coaching, man. You get over the hump, and then they'll go on about living. But it was a great game. Fan base should have really, anybody like basketball enjoyed that game.
Questions for our student athletes?
John, talk a little bit about your last game, regular season game or tournament game here, conference tournament game, and what do you think your legacy is, and what have you left behind, and what's your hope for the program going forward?
It's emotional. That hurts. I know I cried in the locker room. I'm very appreciative just to my family, Coach D'Antoni, the program, the fans, everybody that's kind of supported us throughout my time here. Where we started 5 years ago when I enrolled in Marshall, nobody knew who we were. Nobody came to the games. We got beat by 30, 40. It wasn't fun. Players didn't like each other. You couldn't leave anything in the locker room because it might get stolen. But now you look at it, we won a championship last year, hung a banner. It's been a fun ride, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Just very lucky to be in this position and have Coach have my back every day. So legacy-wise, my goal when I got to Marshall, I told Coach, I said, I want to win the championship, man. I want to go to the NCAA tournament. That's what we did. All the individual stuff, I never really worried about it just because I'm a team guy. I want to win every game. And as you can see, I'm an emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so it was tough losing like that. But we had a heck of a run, and hopefully these young guys will pick it up and keep fighting and have that heart every day like I did and keep moving forward.
Jansen, talk a little bit about tonight's game. Seemed like you guys, it was back and forth, and it was a real close game till the last few minutes there. They got on a little bit of a run. What happened during that little stretch where they were able to extend that lead a little bit and force you guys into trying to catch up?
Well, like Coach said, it was a great ball game. If you're a fan of basketball, you love the game. They're a great team. They're coached by a great coach. They did out-rebound us. We needed to hit the boards a little bit harder, and then make their shots. But we did too. That's why it was a great ball game.
All right, we'll let John and Jansen go back to the locker room, and we will continue with questions for Coach.
Dan, obviously one of the best kids to ever play for your program has just walked out the door. What's it going to be like for Marshall basketball post John Elmore?
Well, it's amazing to me. I think led Conference USA all-time leading scorer, all-time leading assist guy, and never player of the year. That goes right over top. But what it means is it's going to be hard over timeouts to figure out what the hell I'm going to do next play. John's not only a player, he helps coach, and he's wise as far as how we run our system. He's a coach on the floor. He's been a leader in the community. He's a academician. Going to make a good citizen, and his success in life's just starting. He'll do more. And you know what I've always found when I thought my best players have left me, somebody else will accept that challenge and come back. And we have them sitting there waiting. They wanna prove that. You know, it used to be I want to be like I want to be like Mike was. I want to be like John. Pretty soon that one somebody will be like John. They'll come, and Marshall basketball's in a good place. We outside Rondell and CJ and John, who put in a lot of time. The rest of them were freshmen, sophomores, and we've got 3 sitting out this year that feel that backcourt need that we have, and what's good about when you have a guy like John is that he'll support the program for the rest of his life. He's the type of person that'll do that. So, you know, I miss him as a player, but I know he'll always be connected to us. So, you know, we'll benefit from him playing not just these 4 years, but on down the road for many more. The things that he's given, just raised the bar and said, look, can't play at this level anymore. Got to play at this level. So, you know, my hat's off, whole family, his dad and mom, been terrific and supportive of the program. So I don't know what else more you can say. Sometimes you run out of words. I mean, you just look at his stats, and you don't have to say anything. And he's not only, you know, a lot of people say, well, he's a scorer and assist. He's a rebounder. He's one of the better steal people in the league. He's one of the best all-time competitors there is, you know. So plays the way we play. We sometimes a little herky and jerky, and we're wild. But you know, hell, we live in a state that's wild and wonderful. So we just play that way. So we'll be back playing another version of the Wild and Wonderful.
In a game that's that close and really goes down to the wire, are there a few plays in your mind?
No, I can tell you exactly what they were. One, we were down 2, and they were running a little weave, and we screwed up. Number 11 slid over to the side, got a wide open 3, and you know that can't happen. That kid makes almost every shot he's made shoots. So big mistake there, and then we missed a layup and out of bounds one time. We got that little lead with about 4 minutes. I think we were up 4, maybe 4 points, and maybe it was exhaustion. We were running. We were actually running and cutting and getting into picks and rolls and penetrating, and the ball was going 2 or 3 times. We were getting wide open look. And we hit a lull in there for about 2 minutes, and we couldn't get that same movement no matter. It's funny, you know, you can say all you want from the sideline, but sometimes things just don't happen for some reason. So we didn't get the same movement, but I thought the 3 plays really out of bounds, layup and a miscommunications on that 3 took.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Coach.
I appreciate it.